Buenos dias. So it's hard to know what to look at here. Got a few shadows going on. A black disc, which is the base of the globe. So what are we doing? Well, what we're doing is concentrating on that shadow there. Forget all that's behind there right now. Just that there, okay? That there is northern Russia. That is where, oh, sorry, I didn't say what we're doing. The comments from the people, again, my globe where I was showing the shadow and the moon, and the comments from the people, some people, you dropped on your head as a child, you imbecile. It's like, but not one of them said anything about what I was getting wrong. They just had this urge to bump their gums. Why is that? It's because you don't understand basic common sense content, logical, 1 + 1 = 2. That's what the problem is. It confuses you, and it shouldn't, because it's just common sense. This is about the eclipse that happened up in Iceland. Now, unfortunately for the globe, I've had to... there's probably some people that don't even know this, right? I've had to put it like that so that we can get the shadow of the moon up there. Right? So I'm going to have to still shimmy it about, because there, that's where the shadow was, right? Now, the common sense look at this, right? We have an eclipse, a solar eclipse. The moon is blocking the sun, right? Now, this moon goes from there, oh, no, sorry, down there. I'm going to have to bring it up again now. See, what happens is the sun shifts slightly in the sky. Notice how I didn't say Earth shifts. See, because the sun moves in the sky. You can see it if you look up. So, the moon was there. This is where the solar eclipse started on the 12th of August. There. You know what? I'm going to come up just a little bit more. All right, let's see how that goes. Better? So it starts there. Okay, it would have been smaller, the shadow, but because of the scale that we're doing it, this moon, the moon's shadow, then went from there, stop rocking, will you? From there, up to Greenland, down the East Greenland coast, down over Iceland, the North Atlantic, and then hung a left-hand turn into Spain, and finally, Mallorca! Now, let's go back to the basics here, okay, folks? For those of you that don't quite understand what I'm saying, in the case of a surface, right, a shadow and a light shining on it, like this. So you probably think I'm being facetious or something, okay? Now, we have a light. This is the light source, right? This flashlight. And then we have something like this here. Let me just take one of these moons off. I have plenty of moons available. Now, right? Now, we have three things here. We have the surface, don't we? Where we're seeing the image of something having light shone on it. We then have the thing that is having the light shone on it, and then we have the light that is shining of it. What we have is a straight line, okay? Now, if I go down with the flashlight, see, up it goes. If I go up, it goes down, see? I'm going like that, right? See? Now this, people are going, oh, what is he doing? Well, I'm catering for those people that don't understand that when something is casting a shadow because there is a light shining on it, That something is the middle center point between the light source and where it lands. There's no bing, bing. It's straight. Oh, it's a straight line. Don't tell me the screen did the thing. Oh, I didn't. It's a straight line. Now, understanding it's a straight line, the solar eclipse, 12th of August, the moon shadow started in northern Russia. It's the opposite side, nearly, of the North Pole from where Greenland is. And the moon shadow, went from northern Russia over to the northernmost part of Greenland, the east coast, northeast. And then it ran down the east coast and over Iceland. So for the moon's shadow to have been doing that, where do we think the sun was? Where was the sun to cast a shadow onto the top of the globe? What was the moon doing up there if it usually orbits us along the equator? Ever since I've been alive. Well, maybe 1954 it did a weird one as well, but I doubt it. So why did the moon find itself in a position that when the sun was shining on it, it was hitting the North Pole? How does that happen? How does that happen, folks? Right? Doesn't it always orbit us along the equator? We will see it up there, comes up from the east, sets in the west, sometimes a little bit southerly, sometimes a bit more northerly. Sometimes it appears from somewhere that doesn't seem quite right, but we let it slide. But the North Pole, we can't let that slide, can we? Surely not. Think about that. Think about things before you comment. And if you are going to comment negatively about one of my posts and you think there's something wrong, be specific. Don't waste my time. People that just rubbish for no reason and then move on and don't give a reason, you're just showing your own ignorance. God, seriously? Are we still doing this? I will be back with some more shadow fun after this, after the break. And Chris said, I am still going to answer your questions. It's just one thing leads to another, mate. All right, folks, I will be back today